So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Things really are sizzling here in Milan. The San Siro provides the perfect backdrop to the excitement which will follow. So bring it on.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing...
Vinicius Junior! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Back into the middle. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Ferran Torres. Great run on the overlap here. Oh, that's fabulous.
Oh, great feat, that.
Spread neatly. Decent chance! He scores! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Spread it left. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Delivers the... Up he goes! And it's come back out to him. We've got a goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden.
Goes for a shot! And that would have been some goal.
Yeah, I think he's a little annoyed with himself there, Peter, because he did pretty much everything right up to the end.
That's a sharp pass. Oh, Red, nice interception. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Balde puts a cross in. Lewandowski bustling and very visible inside the box.
Yeah, it's only natural if you consider what a great header of the ball he is.
Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold carries the ball down the right. It's gone out for a throw-in. Knocks it into space. Showing good feet. Pedri defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Ferran Torres. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Lewandowski. Bellingham. Chouameni. For Valverde. Looking to play him in. Vinicius Junior gets into some space. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he finish? That was superb goalkeeping.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Bellingham! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Kubasi. Koundé. De Jong. Pedri. And it's Pedri. Balde. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Looking for a runner. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. Chance, surely! And he has kept it out somehow.
Vinicius Junior is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Ferran Torres with the clearance. And it's Valverde. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Five minutes till the break. Ferran Torres. And this is Lewandowski.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And across it goes. Now it's Rafinha. That is good alertness.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's made its way to him. There's the whistle for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Madrid head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. There's the start of the second half. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, easy pickings there. Rafinha tries to thread one through. Ferran Torres, chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Barcelona have their second corner now. And he's managed to get rid. Spread out to the left. And it's Balde. Some really good ball movement. Levin. And the shot! Dispatched clinically. Barcelona are back in business. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And yes, it's him again. This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome...
And the shot! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down. We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Christensen kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rafinha cuts a frustrated figure right now, he just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, it's there! And they've got their lead back. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Madrid get themselves into the lead. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's picked it up out wide. Tries the cut back. Ferran Torres. Rafinha. Now it's Ferran Torres. He's got away. Ferran Torres. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
He's picked his way through. Valverde. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. He's being urged to shoot. Takes a shot! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So the lead now is 2.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Ball swung in, and the keeper gets his hands on it. Valde. Ferran Torres. This is De Jong. Played out to the right. And he's managed to get free. Ferran Torres! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Now it's Yamal. Yamal! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Rafinha is standing over this one. So the perfect chance to get one back.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 5, numero 12, numero 22, numero 18, numero 6.
Rashford! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Numero 15.
Oh, it's come to nothing.
Numero 2.
Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Rashford. And it's Rashford. And the shot's on here. Valverde has created one goal already. Alaba.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Goulart. Great defending, strong and determined. Fermin. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And the counter is on. And it's been played through. Pass somewhat off target. Valverde. Carvajal picks it up now. Cleared without complication. And there goes the final whistle. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Things really are sizzling here in Milan. The San Siro provides the perfect backdrop to the excitement which will follow. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. fires it in low. That's a decent clearance. He's having a go! Off the post! That could spell trouble. Can he finish? They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Madrid have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Gets a good foot in there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Yamal picks it up out wide. And that's gone route one. Threads one in. Now that's well seen too. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That's a shade optimistic.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Rafinha. And here's Yamal. Valverde, given the lift of his goal. And it's Lopez. He's shifting through the gears here. Delivers the ball. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Could move up a gear here. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. He's picked his way through. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a good position here. Yamal, Rafinha, some front-footed pressing going on here. Valverde. Now this could be a chance. Madrid claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Madrid with the corner, they're first. De Jong. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Valverde. Can he get on the end of this? Plenty to aim at here. He's having a shot! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Bellingham! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Bellingham actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. Real chance! And another try! Just cruising! They are cruising! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Madrid find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Now it's Rafinha. And they win it back again. Bellingham. Looking for the run. Played out wide. It's gone for a throw-in. And that has left him in a heap. Goes down, but nothing given. He's in a great position here. Great chance! It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Oh, that's a fine interception. And the half-time whistle goes. Oh, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Madrid utterly dominant in the first 45 minutes, scoring at will. Here we go again. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Knocks it into space. Yamal. That's gone loose. Tries to play it through. And here's Camavinga. Madrid have reclaimed it.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Chance for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Now it's Yamal. Rafinha.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Pedri.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Bellingham. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Pedri. And Rafinha. Oh, good spread. It's a promising position. Tries to pass it through. Yamal. Can he finish? And now they can spring out of defence. Camavinga. And it's Lopez. Yamal. Knocks it out wide. Pedri. And it's De Jong. And here's Rafinha. He's beaten. And the shot! It is a fantastic goal! A finish right from the top draw! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
That's just really poor from a defensive standpoint.
Goes for a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar. They want to be quick to it this time, surely. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Rafinha. Now it's Rashford. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. And here's Rashford. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Camavinga. And here's Bellingham. Chouameni passing nice and neat. Oh, that was vital. Well, that pass isn't the best. Played back to the goalkeeper. Passes short and sharp. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Rafinha. Now it's Rafinha. Yamal. And Rafinha. Now it's Rafinha. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Pass somewhat off target. Camavinga. Camavinga takes control of it and he's on the move. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And the shot's on here. And he's cut it out. Yamal. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Looking for options for movement. Pedri. Good running, strong and purposeful. Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Terrific header! Camavinga. Looking to play him in. Yamal. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
That's Valverde. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Valverde. Araujo deals with that comfortably. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Madrid pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness, relentlessness. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans.
And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Things really are sizzling here in Milan. The San Siro provides the perfect backdrop to the excitement which will follow. So bring it on.
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the game, and not this occasion.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Great ball, and he's in here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Rashford. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of the modern fullback.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Chance here to counter. Camavinga proves just a little bit too strong. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Good ball, good take. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Chouameni. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And here's Mbappe. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Balde picks it up out wide.
Well played and well cleared. Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
De Jong. And here's Yamal. Barcelona finding their passes. Yamal. Camavinga did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Ferran Torres. He's got away. That has found him in acres of space. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Barcelona! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And he was quick to react. Balde. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Yamal.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Alexander-Arnold gets over and intercepts.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
De Jong. There's no flag. And he's searching. And the shot! And yes, it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Rafinha. He's in a great position here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Vinicius Junior takes control of it and he's on the move. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. And the first half is done. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going.
He's having a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Valverde. And it's Bellingham. And that's been intercepted. And here's Rashford. De Jong. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Tries to play it through, and he's in on goal. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Oh, that's delightful. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, important interception. De Jong. Out to the right.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping.
Barcelona have a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Looking for a corner. Araujo, clearly the target here.
Well, I can imagine it's going to be quite a scramble for the ball, but we know who has the magnetic impact.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Ferran Torres does really well to win the ball there. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Bellingham wins the duel this time. Now, can they get him away? That's beautifully weighted. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Ferran Torres receives it in a good position here. Well played, important challenge that. Balde is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Oh, right place, right time. The pass has gone astray. Rafinha, Yamal. Oh, that's a fine interception. That's really well manoeuvred.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Araujo. And it's De Jong. And here's Rashford. For Ferran Torres. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And the finish! And it's there! up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 24.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 12.
A case now of complete control.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 3.
Rudiger.
Il numero 15.
Moved on
Il numero
forwards.
4. Il numero 2.
It's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Oh, nicely intercepted. Alaba. And that's another good win of the ball. And that has left him in a heap. And it's Olmo. He has found the way through. That has ended up in no man's land. It's a pretty loose pass. Carvajal. Ceballos. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
De Jong. And it's Pedri. Goulet. Here's Chouameni.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's good vision. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Araujo. Looking for the run. Dani Olmo. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that.
Rashford! And he should have made it 4. Well, that's well seen too. Confirmation that there will be 2-minute stoppage time. Carvajal. Pedri. Ceballos concedes a free kick for that. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Chouameni, and that is as far as it goes. Madrid suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Things really are sizzling here in Milan. The San Siro provides the perfect backdrop to the excitement which will follow. And as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I don't think you're going to get many defenders.
Chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. He's gone for goal!
Barcelona would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Yamal. De Jong. Pedri. That's been slipped through. Ferran Torres. Great chance! Fofana. Doué.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Ferran Torres. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Rabiot. It's a searching pass. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. France are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And it's Doué. Dembele knocks it out wide. Well read, nice interception. Barcelona looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can, but what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
And he's made sure that's not getting through, and he's opted for the long pass. Rafinha, and the shot's on here. A sharp pass. Balde. Oh, some tackle that. And it's De Jong. Looking for the run. Oh, good take in a good area. And he's straight offside. De Jong. And it's Balde. It's Pedri. Rafinha, played out towards the right wing. De Jong, and it's Pedri. Nicely weighted ball. He shifted it to the flank. Pedri. And here's Rashford. Oh, it's Dembele. Ambitious ball here. Pau Kubasi cuts it out. Balde. For Ferran Torres. And it's Balde. And it's Pedri. No, that's been intercepted. Rabiot. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Dembele. He's onto it in a flash. Koundé. He's a sharp little ball here. Doué providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He won't be happy with that one. Rashford. Upamecano. And Hernandez. And here's Mbappe. It's Rabiot! Pedri. De Jong. Ferran Torres. Knocks it into space. Now this could be a chance. He's shifting through the gears here. And the shot! The captain scores!
Well, I can tell you, that'll definitely liven up the half-time team talk. Scoring first is always a plus, but scoring with that level of quality will surely lift every member of that team now.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, so often it comes down to that.
And the first half is done. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we're off again.
France really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Corner it is. Barcelona with the corner, they're first. And that should get the job done. Pinches it off him. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Rashford. Oh, well played, well played. Threads one in. Can he get onto this? Pau Kubasi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Valde. Ferran Torres is onto this.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Rafinha. Oh, well measured. He's come in hard. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. France can't breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
France really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Rashford was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Doué wins the duel this time. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to pass it through.
Might want to be careful there.
Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And he's been shifted off it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Rafinha. Now it's Ferran Torres.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Can he finish? Well, it's fallen kindly here. It's there. There seemed no way back, but they are level. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 14. Numero 26.
Time for changes on both sides, actually.
Numero 22.
France grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Koundé is there and he can get that clear. Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go. Now he's got space here. Araujo kept his eye on it and he's there. Ball's gone out of play.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 10. Lascia il campo per il numero 11. Cambio di giocatori.
Fire deep towards the back post.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, that's fabulous. That is a brilliant interception. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be...
Dembele! Oh, should have put that away.
Dembele fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now it's Olise. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He is through here. Oh, that's superb. Now it's Rashford. Oh, important interception. Caught offside that time. Great vision. Now it's Guendouzi. Rashford. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.